the slot before tea. I'd like to introduce you to Faizel from UP. Going to be telling us more about mobile devices and so on. So welcome and over to you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon, on a chilly afternoon. Um, I sat in my office thinking, what will I speak on? Yeah, at night, and I had my smartphone in one hand and thinking to myself, oh, okay. Went to my smartphone, started googling for ideas, and bingo. Let me tackle the topic, and I came up with mobile device immersion. So you just saw the Citrix did a presentation on virtual desktops. Um, I think it's relevant. With the functionality of smartphones creeping up on that of the average PC, more and more you're seeing mobile devices taking over. Be it universities, corporates, enterprises, people come with tablets, smartphones, whatever, phablets. There's so many devices out there on the market. At work, how do we incorporate these devices? People want to access different applications on different devices. At the moment, you're already seeing it. It's email is being used on mobile devices, mobile applications. Office 365 can be used on an Android device, on iOS, on your PC, on any device. So, at mobile device immersion, the use of my mobile devices on our networks, the challenge we're facing as a university is, are we able to accommodate them and the risks associated with or with not adopting them? Now, as a university, we work on a LAN workstation centric model. If you look at it from the past, how do we secure our LAN? How do we enforce policies, security? That's where we come from. And today's environment is changing at a rapid pace. According to Gartner, 1 billion smartphone devices will be on our networks by 2018. That was 4 years ahead. Their prediction was actually 2014 instead of 2018. So Gartner got it wrong by 4 years. That's how quickly mobile devices are taking over our landscape. Okay. So here's a survey. A survey was done, just ordinary people. Just a question posed. When do you think desktops will be replaced entirely? Okay, so this is just someone in the street, someone working at a company. What's very interesting is that more than 54% think that the desktop will be replaced entirely in under 10 years time. Okay. The 54%. So if you ask someone who's working in an enterprise, more than 50% think they will not work on a desktop in 10 years time. Okay, that's quite scary. Gartner says by 2018, more than 50% of users will use a tablet or a smartphone first for all online activities, and 40% of enterprises will specify Wi-Fi as their default connection for non-mobile devices, such as desktops, desk phones, projectors, conference rooms, etc. Now, if you look at your environment, it's wired first, then wireless. But more and more every day, people are coming with their own devices. They want to connect it to our networks, and they're asking us, how can we accommodate? At University of Pretoria, we work on the same model. We know we want you to connect to our wired network. It's more secure. We're comfortable with you connecting to our wired network. If you do connect to our Wi-Fi network, you'll have limited functionality. It works for us currently from a security perspective, but for a user, they become frustrated. I can't access this and I can't access that. And quite simply, we tell them, no, you cannot if you want to. It's not a UP asset, so to speak, and we find it difficult to accommodate them. So, is this the future of the desktop? Someone coming with their smartphone device, docking it, keyboard, mouse, and you've got a monitor. Now this model is the HP Elite X3, which is already on the market. It's out there. So it's a device that combines PC power and productivity, tablet portability, and smartphone connectivity that can dock with your screen and keyboard when you need to work big. So it's running Windows 10. So as you well know, Windows 10 works seamlessly in tablet mode and desktop mode. So it works on that technology. So will we still need desktops and laptops? Based on statistics provided, you might think that conventional computer systems are becoming redundant. Yes and no. Computers will serve many purposes. The saving grace for desktops and laptops in the business world during this time period will be continuing to climb to levels that a smartphone cannot reach. So a desktop will always give you more computing power in terms of applications and how it's delivered on a smartphone or mobile device versus a desktop. So there'll always be that need. Granted, there'll be that need. That being said, people are now, when they create applications, they're not just thinking for a PC, they're looking at it from a mobile device perspective first and then a PC. Where previously you were looking at it from a PC perspective and then you create a mobile app. So the thinking is changing. But certain applications will still need that computing power and won't be able to work effectively on a smartphone. But I could be very wrong, and in 5 years' time, the way the technology is taking over, it's moving so quickly and so rapidly, we might not need a desktop in 10 years' time. Right. Definitely with devices and accommodating these mobile devices, a big thing is security. That's, as IT, you're sitting there in your office and you're thinking to yourself, I cannot afford or I cannot accommodate these devices. What do I do from a security perspective? So statistically, if you look at it, more than 2/3 of people or 2/3 of people don't use mobile security applications on their devices. Almost 2/3 do not use a screen lock or password, and more than 2/3 do not back up their phone. So this is people with mobile devices. You've got a mobile device, and the last thing you probably think about is an antivirus for that device. It's just what app can I go to? Can I go to Play Store and what can I download? You're not thinking about backups. You're probably ignoring those messages. That's how a user interacts with a mobile device. So these are some of the risks associated with mobile devices. Security being a big thing, inadequate password protection, physical access. It's so easy to lose a mobile device, for it to get stolen, and that data is accessible to anyone who gets hold of it. So can we manage mobile devices? There's mobile device management. Citrix mentioned virtual desktops. It's quite relevant. It has its own challenges, of course. You've got a roaming profile or a profile of each person sitting in a centralized location, and you can access it provided you got internet connection, and you can access your profile on any device. That's a form of mobile device management. So traditionally, when companies looked at mobile device management a few years ago, it meant if you had a mobile device, we took over your entire mobile device. Right? Users find that very intrusive, especially at the university. You hear academic freedom, people want to bring their own devices. It doesn't work. Also, you need to say we only standardize on this specific model. People become frustrated. Someone has a Samsung and you are only accommodating a BlackBerry. It becomes frustrating for users. That is changing. People want choose your own device, bring your own device. They want choice and they want you to accommodate their needs. And today it's this model, tomorrow it's that model. You'll never be able to keep up with the different models on the market. So mobile device management is evolving and evolving into something called containerization. So you do not have to worry what device needs to be supported on your network. You separating your workspace and your personal space on that phone. So if you need to work on University of Pretoria applications, you'll have your own container with your own applications, similar to what you saw on the Citrix virtual desktop. So it's called containerization. So on your workspace, you'll have a work container, and if you need to access anything on the UP network, you'll work off that UP container. As IT, you won't have to worry what is being done on that device in terms of a personal perspective. You just managing that container. Okay. So it's quite a good technology. I posted a YouTube link on my presentation. I was hoping to share it with you, but it's quite long, and I know we're being pushed for time. So that link is here on my presentation, and I'll encourage you to look at it. It will give you a good perspective on how containerization works and the technology behind it. Okay, any questions? Okay, so what does the future hold for computing? There is a trend in people using mobile devices to carry out their day-to-day work. It's likely that desktops and laptops will soon form part of these mobile device computers. So I almost see it as a hybrid. It's not like the desktop or laptop will disappear, but it will change into a mix between a tablet using modular technology. Over there I just put a pic of a tablet, and you've got something that docks. It's got your USB, your HDMI. You'll be able to use your tablet similar to a laptop. You'll still have a USB port where you could connect to your LAN or whatever it is you want to connect to it. It's no secret that computers are getting smaller and more powerful. So we're more likely to use tablets as our desktop computers and laptops. So in conclusion, as it stands within companies, one of the primary negatives of adopting smartphones exclusively is the infrastructure to manage these mobile phones. Tomorrow's smartphones may also offer similar functionality, but for now, PC and Macs as we know them are here to stay. But when I say now, I'm speaking about today, and I'm not speaking about 2017 or 2018. The world is changing rapidly, and the smartphone has exploded, and it's growing at a phenomenal rate. So as a university, we are faced with these questions and challenges to find a workable solution in adopting mobile devices on our network. And I'm keen to understand you from your other universities. Have you thought about it? Do you already have mobile device management in place? What is happening in terms of your bring your own device policies? Is it just a policy? How are you adopting mobile devices from a student and a personnel perspective? Are you treating them separately or as one? And just to open up that conversation so we can share ideas, because I think it's very relevant where we are and where we are today. Okay. And the future is here. We speak about the cloud, software as a service, being able to access anything, anytime, anywhere, on any device, and that is the future, and the future is now, in my opinion. Okay. Thank you.
Very much. Are there any questions? Nope. Would it be helpful to have mobile device policies sort of as a central, something that we can facilitate for all universities? Great. Okay, that's something we can look into. Thank you very much. Thank you.